Well, welcome to High Ground Gaming, and today we're going to play another game from the Math Rats, short for Massachusetts Math Rats, my draft league team. And today we're going to play another practice game. This time we're going to have Yu Darvish starting. I forgot I even had him on the roster because I had forgotten to put him in my team. But so yeah, Yu Darvish, he's actually my number 2 starter behind Rich Hill. The only criteria was to start 14 games, and I think he started 17 games, so that was just enough to meet the criteria. But he had some really good stats for that. Didn't let up a lot of home runs either. So yeah, he arguably could be my number 1 starter, but either a 1 or a 2 starter for my team. And today we're going to be going up against the New York Yankees. Again, it was a team I didn't pick anybody from. I was going to do the Rangers, but then I realized that I had Mitch Moreland also on the team. So, and he was like a key. He was a key first baseman, behind Prince Fielder, for the Texas Rangers. So I decided to pick another team. So I decided what better team than to pick the Yankees. The Yankees are going to have Masahiro Tanaka go up against them, so I think he'd be a good test. He had a good record on the season last year. I think it was 14-4. So yeah, so we'll go back to our righty lineup that we had last time, and we'll test and see how that goes. So let's see here. So Yu Darvish was 7-5 on the season, with 3.41 ERA. Not that impressive right there, but he did pitch 100 innings and only allowed 81 hits, but struck out 132 in 100 innings, so had a really good strikeout ratio. Walked 30. So yeah, I'll have him go up against the New York Yankees, and see Jacoby Ellsbury will lead off. So we'll see how we do against the Yankees. Good start. So anyway, yeah, so I was rather impressed with the last start that we had. Not last start necessarily, but the last game that we have, we did strike out a ton of relief pitchers, struck out a ton of batters. So we'll see if that holds true again. And this was the same lineup that we used in Game 1. I believe it was. Yeah, we used in Game 1 our righty lineup. So we're going to test that lineup again. And same defense and everything. And the only difference is Yu Darvish on the mound, who's just a range of just 3, but he does not commit any errors. So again, he's a decent fielder. Won't hurt you in the field. So all right, Aaron Hicks up now. And this was the Yankees opening day lineup in 2016. So Alex Rodriguez up now. Did not have a great season, but this was his farewell season. So we could conceivably set a record for strikeouts in this game. Yu Darvish did strike out a lot, and struck out definitely more than Julio Teheran. And I think we struck out 17 yesterday between our starter and reliever with the relief corps during the majority. I think 14 of those strikeouts. So we'll see if we can have a repeat performance. But I definitely expect Yu Darvish to go a little bit deeper into the game than Julio Teheran. All right, Tanaka will face Dexter Fowler first. This is what he's done so far in the replay, and this is against the Anaheim Angels and the Los Angeles Dodgers so far. And this is what he did in real life. Alright, we're going to get a split here. So this is a right-handed split for Dexter Fowler. He's batting left-handed against right-handed pitching. So we get a 6, which would be a double. Alright, so a good start. Leadoff double against Masahiro Tanaka, and these are his stats for the year. He had a good season. Very good, actually. 14-4 with a 3.07 ERA, 199 innings pitched, 179 strikeouts, 165 Ks, and 36 walks. So he did much better with his walks than Yu Darvish did. Yu Darvish had 30 walks in just 100 innings, so he almost double the innings and almost the same amount of walks. Alright. Alright, so Gene Segura up now. That's what he's done well in the replay, the practice, I should say, not replay. And that's what he did in actual real life. Alright, so that's higher than that, so he'll stay. Alright, so one down for Paul Goldschmidt. That's what he's done in the replay, and that's what he's done in real life. Alright, gets a single, but it's Fowler needed to be a 5 or a 6 to score. He's only a 4. So run is at the corners for Victor Martinez. Again, he's right on with his real stats. 286. See if we can knock in the first run. And no, he strikes out. So Ryan Braun up now. Off to a good start. Homer 375, a homer and 4 runs batted in. And here we go. So he continues his hot hitting. Knocks in the first run of the game. Dexter Fowler will come in. So the Math Rats lead it 1-0. Next up will be Matt Carpenter. He's back in the lineup today after a day off yesterday. 1 for 3 so far. And he'll strike out. Alright, but we do get on the board and lead it 1-0 after 1. Alright, Teixeira will be up now. Yeah, he does walk quite a few, but again, that's a walk plus. He does have his share of walk pluses here, although it's mostly strikeouts. Actually, that maybe is only walked plus. Maybe he's only walked one. Oh, he has 2 walk pluses. Sorry, Carlos Beltran on up now. Ooh, home run check. So again, he doesn't let him any home runs, so the home run question mark I'm not going to really worry about. He does have a split home run on against the righties, and a regular home run. 2-2, so it's no home run. Because it would have had to have been a 1. Like a 5% chance. He does have a single though. And lead runner advances. And 3 is greater than 1, so he will stay. Alright. Brian McCann up now. Let's get a little bit of pop. And he'll walk him. So second walk. That'll load the bases. Still with nobody out. So Chase Headley. Got to be careful with him as he could hit one out. Not as great as I thought it was. But he's got a little bit of pop there too. Ooh, ballpark check. This will be Wrigley Field. And we'll try for the double play. And we will not get it. It's too bad. That would have been a double play with most, but not with Headley. Didn't hit that many double plays. But so we'll get the easy out at first. And the Yankees tied it up at 1. Sterling Castro up now. And it's a big strikeout there. DJ Gregorius. Oh, again, not too much for that. We don't really have to worry about that. And ground up to second. So that'll retire the side. Alright, number 7 hitter is up now. He's off to a good start. He does not strike out. And we'll fly out to center. Sandy Leon. And he will strike out. He does strike out quite a bit against the righties. And Hunter Pence up now. Did not play in the last game. At least he didn't start. I don't think he played though either.
Have you picked your designated driver for this evening? Please remember to drink responsibly.
Alright, top of the third, Jacoby Ellsbury. Don't have to really do that. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And possible error on a throw here. It's a fly ball, so I don't think there won't even be a check there. Alright, so score's tied 1-1 in the top of the third. Aaron Hicks up now, 0 for 1. And he will strike out. So it's Darvish's 4th K on the day. In 2 2/3 innings. A-Rod up now, struck out his first time up. Fly out to center. Alright, so nothing for the Yankees that inning. Frollo's doubled his first time up and came around to score. The Math Rats only run of the game so far. And 1 to 11. So it's 13 is outside that. And himself another hit. So a single and a double. And strategy shows a pickoff. And it's a pickoff and an error. 2 and 2 here. So he's going to wheel around the throw him out. Gets by Teixeira. Goes to the tarp. And Fowler move up to second. So our runner now in scoring position. Segura 0 for 1. And he will walk. So first and second, nobody out. Paul Goldschmidt 1 for 1. And he strikes out. So 1 down. Victor Martinez struck out his first time up. No, does not strike out this time. And he'll fly out to left. So Ryan Braun, 1 for 1. Knocked in their run for the Math Rats. Nope, just misses that. And he'll ground out to first. So he threatened but do not score after getting the first 2 runners on. All right, Mark Teixeira walked his first time up and came around to score the Yankees run. And he will strike out. Carlos Beltran, 1 for 1. And he'll line out to third. So Brian McCann walked his first time up. And he will strike out this time. Alright, so Carpenter will lead off the inning. Struck out his first time up. Ooh, possible home run check here. 1 to 12 falls within his range. 1 to 14 is a home run. And nope, 18 falls outside the range. So lines fouls it a long way and to left field and just foul. And now he'll line up to first. Diaz up now, 0 for 1. And he will double. So 1 out double. So Sandy Leon struck out his first time up. Chance for an RBI here. And he'll give himself a single. And he will score. And Leon is thrown out, trying to stretch it into a double. He does get the RBI. And the Math Rats are up 2 to 1 now. Hunter Pence up now, 0 for 1. And possible error here. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. So Hicks does not commit many errors. So, doesn't commit any errors, so it will not be an error. No, it was a low roll. Alright, so the Yankees are coming up here in the top of the 5th. Down by a run. Chase Headley 0 for 1 with an RBI. And he will walk. So it looks like they're going to sacrifice. Selling Castro's a decent bunter. 3 isn't bad. 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. Possible error. Lead. Oh, the lead. No, actually, it's the bunt chart. So lead runner is 15 on the rating. And so he bunts it to third base. That's what 5 was, the fielder that gets it. It's going to be to third base. The lead runner is thrown out. And, oops. Lead runner is thrown out, and the hitter is safe at first. Oop. So actually, I think I need to get him thrown out. Oh no, they consider that an error. Okay. So let's see what happened there. Oh, okay. So the error must have overrode that. Okay. Alright. So we're going to try the Yankees are going to try the sacrifice again with Didi Gregorius, who is an above average bunter. So that was an error, and the lead runner normally would have been out, but I guess because of the error, he wasn't out. So who did they credit that error for? Let me just check here. Still a little bit confused on that one. Okay, so Matt Carpenter gets the error. Okay. I'll have to go back in the video and look at that later. So again, so the bunt is fouled off. So I am going to, when I do play this, I am going to be trying to follow this with the cards and dice just to see what the rolls bring up and checking various charts. Because again, there's still a few things that I don't quite understand, you know, what the rolls are. I know I think there's a bunt chart, so I'm going to have to take a look at that and see how that coincides. I imagine this is what's coming off when it does stuff like this. But again, we're not privy to that in the game here. But I'm sure in the directions it would be referred to a bunt chart. So I'm going to try to learn how to play the cards and dice game while I'm doing this. So I think that would probably be a good way to learn how to do it. Alright, so fouled off with a batter, redo attempt. I think so. I think he will. I'm going to say he will. Because that's just the first strike. So he still has another strike, so I'm going to go yeah. However, this is where it gets a little tricky. Because now that I know that the bunt may be on, I might try to guard against it. So I don't know. This is kind of a tricky situation. You know, what would be the fairest way to handle it. Well, I'm going to go with yes. Now, having seen the possible bunt, and knowing that Didi Gregorius is a good bunter, I am going to I'm going to play the corners, but he may not. You know, I'm not sure if he's going to bunt again, so, but I think I am going to definitely creep in a little bit. I'm not going to play the whole infield then. I think I'm just going to play the corners then. And guard just in case he does bunt. So I'll play the other guys at regular depth. But I cannot change this. Wonder why I can't change that. Oh, because I haven't resolved the play yet. So let's me resolve the play. So I don't know what happened there. So I guess by saying yes, then it automatically just goes to another bunt attempt. That's what I'm going to take that as. Okay. So I'm guessing it was successful the second time. A couple of interesting plays there. So definitely take a look at those and see if I can figure those out. Alright, so top of the fifth, now with one out, and runners on second and third. So, what do we do now? Let's see. What would I do now? So Ellsbury is a good bunter also, but probably not going to squeeze. He's got some speed. What do we do now? Let's see. Well, it's still early in the game, so I'm not going to really... I think I'm going to play halfway, though. Actually, no, I'm not going to. There's no chance of a double play, really. So we'll just play normal back. Or we could play in. Yeah, I'll play in. Why not? Try to cut off that run. Runs may be at a premium today. 4-2. And nothing there. So he's going to try to score. What's his speed, though? No, he's got actually a 0, so he's not going to try to score. So he's only a 0. He'd be easy to throw out, and I am playing in. So nope, by playing in, I think I cut down his chances there. No. So I'm just going to go out to first. Alright, so 2 down now. So we get our first range play. And it's a 5, and he's only a 3, so I was going to fail that. And only the top fielders would have gotten that one. He had to be a 5 to do that one, which is the highest fielding percentage. So just about everybody would have missed except for Goldschmidt.
Let that ball get by him.
So the run's going to come in. And Hicks will have himself a single and an RBI. So the Yankees take a 3-2 lead. And A-Rod's up now, 0 for 2. Runner on first. We have error on the ground. Possibility, and it's going to be hit to the shortstop. So there's going to be error check on Diaz. And 13, so it's higher than a 9, so he will not commit the error. And I think I do. Let's see. Let's check it here. Do I have any errors? Yeah, I did commit an error, I think. So walk, sacrifice, bunt, safe on error by... okay, Matt Carpenter made the error. That's right. So Castro... So I'm going to say that the bunt would have been successful and Castro would have been thrown out. So Castro's run, if he scored, then that's definitely going to be unearned. He does. But I think... now the question is, he would have made an out here. So there would have been one out here. Then even if they did sacrifice bunt there, that would be... that would have been the second out. And then this would have been the third out. And then no runs have scored yet. So I'm going to say both of those runs are unearned. Because of that. If anybody's got an opinion on that, let me know. But I think that's the right call. So Tanaka will face the bottom of the order now. With now down by a run. So Fowler's 2 for 2 with a double. We ground up to third. So Segura up now, 0 for 1 with a walk. short. Goldschmidt 1 for 2 with a strikeout. He goes a single he had. And he'll strike out again. Alright, so nothing doing for the Math Rats in this fifth. Down by a run, 3-2. Darvish will face Teixeira, Beltran, and McCann. And Teixeira will strike out. So Darvish has already got 7 strikeouts on the day, and here in the 6th. This may be his last inning. Maybe one more, we'll have to see. Although he's looking pretty good right now. So McCann up now. 0 for 1 with a walk. So he strikes out the side. So again, some good strikeout numbers today. Victor Martinez 0 for 2. And he'll ground out to short. Ryan Braun up now. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And he'll ground out the short. Matt Carpenter, see if he can atone for his error. Nope, he strikes out. So head to the top of the 7th, still 3-2 Yankees. Alright, Darvish is starting to get tired now, so I think I am going to pull him. So let's see, who are we going to bring in now? So we got switch, righty and lefty. I think I'll bring Carl Edwards. Although switchy right now, Uehara might be the better choice here. He's really good against lefties. The 2 out of the 3. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's why. That's what would have happened anyway. Okay, now I'm going to remove him. Okay. Well, I'm trying to remove him. Why is it not? Oh no. What's going on now? What is going on? Well, I'm trying to remove him, but it's not letting me click on anything. Why is that not working? Alright, hold on, we'll be right back. Alright, that was strange. Well, anyway, I'm going to move Uehara. I'm going to bring in Uehara, Koji, to go against Headley, Castro, and Gregorius. Headley will be batting left-handed. Alright, Castro up now.
You're out.
And Gregorius. Alright. Alright, so that's 3 straight 7th inning stretches by the Cubbies. I don't know, I can't remember if all the 17 stretch ones or songs are by the Cubbies, but so far in 3 games I've played that, so I may just go and take that as a sign to play with Wrigley Field and the Chicago Cubs. So alright, so we head to the bottom of the 7th. Tanaka's still on the mound. Still has probably going to be his last inning. It's okay, Birdie. 5-6. Ground out the second.
You're out.
Brody saying hi to you, Al. Yeah. 1-4. Another strikeout. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. So we're still trailing by 1. Now let's Brody lead it off. And we're going to take Uehara out. And we got a lefty switch and a righty. Again, I only have one lefty and he's the closer, so I'm not going to bring him in yet. So we're bringing Carl Edwards. And a strikeout. So again, I think we're good over 10 now. 1-1. But we're still behind by a run. Strikeout there.
You're out.
Alright, so Tanaka, he will be coming out. And I think we're going to bring in Betances. He's the closer though, so. Oh, Andrew Miller, so that's right. Andrew Miller and Chapman are on. So I think we're going to bring in, let's see, who do we got coming up? Switch righty-righty, so I think we're going to bring in Betances for that. And this is the bottom of the 8th. Yep, so we still got another inning left, so we won't bring in Chapman yet, or Miller. So yeah, the Yankees closers were stacked up with relief guys. All right, so Farlow's 2 for 3. He'll lead it off here in the 8th. Possible error. Ooh, it's gonna be a triple. Well, maybe, I wonder if there's gonna be an error on this. That would be nice. So it could be a possible Hicks doesn't commit any errors. That'd be nice if it was hit to like Ellsbury or Beltran and it was like a 1 row. Then it could be a error and he would score. I mean, triple and an error. But good start. No error. Yeah, there is an error check on that. All right, so Farlow's got his 3rd hit. So Segura, see if he can. Let's see. What do the Yankees do? The Yankees play in. I think they might. Although it is only the tying run. So we don't want to let any runners get on, so. We may play it in though anyway. Try to keep that tying run from scoring. So I'm going to say no because he's only got 2 here. And there's nobody out. So no. So he's just going to throw it to first. Alright, I'm going to try a pickoff. So no pickoff. Doesn't have anything for that. Alright, so Goldschmidt up now. And we definitely don't want to put the lead go ahead run on base. But I think we may play it in again. So he gets a single. And Beltran isn't able, he's only got a 2 range, so he isn't able to catch this. And the run will come in anyway, so it didn't really matter as I was hit to the outfield. So the Math Rats have tied it up. And they get a steal going on. Paul Goldschmidt is an excellent base stealer. He had over 30 stolen bases on this season. And this time he is thrown out. The only possibility is his 3-19 would have. Oh, wait a second. No, he's not. He's not thrown out. I was looking at this. It's a 7, so that falls in the range of 3-19. 20 would have been. I was looking at that, but that's his rating. So 3-19. It's only a 7, so he will steal the bag. So the go-ahead run is in scoring position. Victor Martinez 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Let's see. Martinez is a switch hitter, so there's no sense in really taking him out. And then fly out to center. It's not going anywhere. The 2 is higher than the 1. Alright, and he's officially gone in the red, so we're going to take him out. And we're going to bring in Chapman for try to get a 4-out save. Okay. Well, not a 4-out save, but try to prevent the go-ahead run from scoring. And K+, he'll strike him out.
Remember to get your copy of the souvenir program.
Alright, so we're going to take Edwards out now, and we have a switch, and a lefty. So I think we're going to... I don't think we're going to bring in our closer yet, though. Although we could, though. We could. Now would be the time to do it, I think, though. Switchy, and lefty. That's about our best bet. It's the middle of the order, and it's our best guy. Because this is really the bottom of the order, so... on the top of it. So I think we're going to bring in Britton right now to try to nail it down and give us a chance in the bottom of the 9th. I think we're going to go with that strategy. So we'll bring in Britton now. So Britton's done so far. He's already got a win. Oh, that was kind of a fake win because I had to end up closing out that game that was tied and I ran out of pitchers, so I had to change a hit in the bottom, I think in the 10th or the 11th, to give the Math Rats a win because I had run out of pitchers and it was going to lock up the game if I didn't. So it's really not a really real win there, but these are his real stats though. So he pitched 2 innings and struck out 4. So let's see if he can keep the Yankees at bay here. Alright, good start. So Beltran up now. 1 for 3 with a strikeout. No strikeout. Let's grind up to second. And let's see, McCann 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. We are going to replace... Let's see who we have on the bench. Oh, Gary Sanchez. Although I don't think he came up till later in the year, but still, he does qualify as a player, though, of a 200 at bat, so that would qualify for the draft league. So we are going to bring him up. Okay. So he could win it with one swing of the bat. 1 through 20, so excellent chances of hitting a home run. Ooh, ballpark. So we get a couple of home run possibilities here. Nope. And over on out.
You're out.
Alright, so he will come in. Catch. Oh, this is going to mess up on me. I think there is a way to fix this. Yes, that's how you do it. Okay, good. Take him out and then put him back in. So he comes in as catcher. There he is. So, alright, so Chapman is going to stay in. You still have Andrew Miller who can come in. Matt Carpenter will lead it off. Actually, you know what? I'm just thinking about this. I would probably, being a lefty on lefty, I probably would not leave him in. I would bring in. Again, I'm still trying to figure out my strategy, so I may, you know, if I did roll, I would continue with it in the game. But since this is just kind of practice, I'm going to replace him and bring in Jose Reyes. We'll pinch it, then he'll come in and play third base afterward. If we do not go ahead, 5-4. So air on the ground. And we get a single. So again, Jose Reyes is excellent against lefties, so that's where we brought him in.
Fans who interfere with play on the field will be escorted from the stadium.
And you can steal a base too, so do we steal? I think we're going to. We're going to have to try to manufacture a run. Chapman does not let up a lot. 1.55 ERA. So we're going to try to steal. And he's going to be safe. 5 there, so you can still on base. So Diaz up now. And he's going to have a single, but Reyes is not fast enough to score. As where does he hit it? Single 6. So it's going to be a single just past the third. The shortstop. So it's going to go to Hicks. Yeah, he's got a negative -2 arm. That's probably why we're holding him. And we still have nobody out, so. So alright, so the Yankees are going to be forced to play the infield in now with first and third and nobody out. So I think that Sandy Leone's, I think we're going to intentionally walk him to get a force at. They would intentionally walk him to bring up Hunter Pence. So we are going to intentionally walk him. And I'm trying to think how you intentionally walk. I think. Oh, I know what we do. We roll it. And click on anything but the. Okay, and now we're going to click on the walk. Yes, that's an intentional walk there. So that's going to load the bases. Now we're going to bring the infield in. Because we have to. Because the winning run is only 90 feet away. And do we stick with Hunter Pence? I think we do. Let's go check. What do we got here? Ciarte. Definitely don't want to bring in a lefty. Reyes is in the game. I think he is our best bet. Yeah, we don't... Kozar wouldn't be bad either, but... Algazin. No, we're going to leave Hunter Penson. So, alright. And again, Chapman. He is red, though, now, so I'm going to, because... So now if we roll any of this one, this will become the single one. This will be... Well, not... has a chance of an out, but... That would be a single, if we rolled that. This would be a walk, so those two things would be detrimental if we rolled those. Well, that wouldn't be an automatic walk, but this would be an automatic single. And again, he would be a pretty good candidate to walk. Oh, 12. So we are going to bring in... Let's see who we're going to bring in here. Oops. Who do we bring in now? Let's see. There's really nobody that's any good beyond these guys. So we're going to bring in... he's not bad, but we're going to bring in Andrew Miller. Okay. So bases are loaded now. We're going to play the infield in. Hunter Pence up now. See what happens. Strikes him out.
He struck him out.
Okay. So we still have to play the infield in. Dexter Fowler. He's having a hot day today, so I'm going to leave him in. And he's a switch hitter, so I think we got to go with the hot hand here. So he'll bat righty against Miller. And he will strike out too, so. Alright. Segura up now. So we're going to need a hit or get on base somehow. Wild pitch possibility. Nope, outside the range. So, whew. That would stink to lose it on that. I'm not sure what Chapman's was, but this is below that. So the wild pitch. There's no wild pitch. The catcher blocks it. So we're going to re-roll. Oh, and it's a good thing we... No, this is the other guy. So that would have been a... If he was tired, it was just red, then that would have been a single. Game over. But it's not. So 3-2. So ground ball back to the pitcher. And the Yankees play that one well, and we do not score. So now we have to bring extra innings, yeah. So we have to put in Jose Reyes, so let's see. Okay, you can just click on that and click on him too. That'll change him. So he'll play third now. He's a little bit better defensively. Now the question is, do we replace our defensive guys right now? Let's see, who could we bring in? What is our... Let's go back to the game for a second. Not going to really be that much of a difference here. I think, if anybody, we replace possibly Diaz. I think we are going to replace him and bring in Zach Kozart. Yeah, we're going to do that. I think we're going to... Because Kozart's a 5. Shortstop is a very important position as a second base, but shortstop, I think, is... We can definitely upgrade that from a 2 to a 5. So I think that's a no-brainer right there. So we are going to... replace him with Zach Kozart, who is a 5. And he commits less errors, only a 5 compared to a 9. So Zach Kozart's going to come in. And I like that. That's a good defensive upgrade. Fill the hole there a little bit. Give us a little more range. 3 and 4s, those aren't bad. So but these guys are too important hitters. Because Braun is going to... Braun will be up next at the bottom of this inning. And I mean, I could bring in a replacement for Pence. Let's check this one out. So Pence plays right field. And again, so Raji Davis is only a 4 compared to a 3. You know what? I think I'm going to do that, though. Raji Davis is... But I may need him. I may need him to come in and swipe a bag, though. Yeah. What does Phil got? Can I check his card? Oops, cancel. Actually, hold on. I actually have Hunter Pence's, Phil Gosselin's card here. Let's see, Phil Gosselin. He has a 20 stolen bases, so I do have another guy on the bench that can steal. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring in, upgrade my defense too, and bring in. And again, I do have another. My draft league hasn't submitted my last wildcard pick, so I think I do have a defensive third baseman, Jared Dyson, who has a 5 in right field. So I will have another player available. So, but for now, so I would normally bring him in for defensive purposes, but I am going to bring in Raji Davis here. Oops. No, come on. Guess I gotta do it this way. Be right back. Alright, so I brought in Raji Davis after rebooting. So he's an upgrade there. Does not commit any errors. So yeah, I guess he's a good choice. And a little bit better range. And oops, I didn't replace Diaz. Alright, there we go. Say what? No. No double switch. That's good enough. Okay. At least I don't think I did. Anyway, so top of the 10th. Zach Britton. See if I can get another batter out of him. A batter or two. Range play. So good thing I made those upgrades, I think. 2, 3. So Goldschmidt, he would have been in there anyway. So, but still, good thing it's a 5 because that 4 is there. Well, 4 would have worked too, but. So, all right, cool. So let's see. Sterling Castro's a righty. He's a lefty. Still, though, I think we want to try to get as many outs as we can with him. He is our closer. There we go. And lefty on lefty, good. Let's see if we can get through this inning, hopefully. Around ball to third. Alright, cool. So, alright, so they're going to leave Andrew Miller in, I think, for a little while longer. He's kind of the closest thing to a closer they have left. Although he can close out games. He did close out games for the Indians. 5-5. I think he did close out some. Yeah, he closed out. No, he didn't actually. Yeah, he did 12-12. So 5-5. So he will walk. Goldschmidt does walk a lot. Victor Martinez, and he is red now, so we're going to get rid of him. So it doesn't really matter lefty or righty we bring in against. Let's just see who they pick for him. Yeah, I think that's the fair way to do it. Just let the computer pick. And yeah, they don't have much going on here, so we're gonna have to go with that. So after the big three relievers, they don't really have much left after that. So let's see, what do we do now? So we are going to counter, I think, now. Even though Victor Martinez is a good hitter, he's a horrible bunter and doesn't have much speed. But he's a good hitter. So do we... I think we are going to replace him, though. Question is, I think Goldschmidt could steal the bag himself and give us 3 chances. So I think we might try to steal with Goldschmidt being a 17. He's already got a stolen base today, I believe. So we will try this again. So let's steal. And he goes down to 15 because Sanchez being a better... He is a better thrower than McCann was. So he will cut that down to a 15. But again, it's just enough. So he just gets in there. So alright, so now we get 3 chances. So we are going to leave Victor Martinez on now. We may take him out if he gets on base. So 1-9 is going to be an out. Yeah, so he's going to fly out to right. And yep, 5 higher than the 4, so he's going to have to stay. So Ryan Braun up now with a chance to plate the go-ahead run. He's going to fly out to right. Again, 5, he's going to have to hold.
Everybody clap your hands.
So Jose Reyes with a chance now. We don't have another third baseman, so we got to leave him in. Ooh, possible error. And yeah, it looks like Henley is going to make an error. He's a 3. So an error will occur. It's a 1-base error, so hasn't totally hurt the Yankees yet, although it does prolong the inning. So Zach Cozart is going to get his first chance at the plate. Very good defensively and not too bad, not too shabby at the plate. Does have some pop. 252 hitter. So he's just had 1 at bat so far in the season. See if he can be a hero today. Brought in for defensive purposes, so let's see if his offense can do anything. And he will walk. So he's going to keep the game going. Sandy Leon up now. I think Sandy Leon, we're still going to leave him in. So let's see. He's got K 14, 7, and 4. And let's see what Russell Martin is. 14, 7, and 4. Russell Martin is 13 for K, 15 for a walk, and 10 for a home run. So could bring in him. Let's see who else might be a candidate against righties. He's probably our only candidate. Although Mitch Moreland could be a candidate too. 12 Ks, 7 walks. The bases are loaded, and I kind of like that walk thing too. I think we're going to replace him with Russell Martin is going to come in the pinch hit. As you can see, you'll see why I'm going to bring him in a second. So, Sandy Leon, good day, thank you. And we're going to bring in a pinch hitter, Russell Martin. So as you can see, the reason I'm bringing him in, he's got against right-hand pitching, a 13 K, 15 walk though. I like that. It's much higher walk than Sandy Leon was against righties, and he's got more of a chance of a home run. All we need is a single. And against righties, he has a 1 to 20. He can get a hit here, so that would activate the. Does he have? The question is, does he have any question marks? Yeah, does he? Yeah, question mark 7's right here, so it's an extra hit possibility. So we're gonna go with this. See what happens. So Swarzak looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. And it's going to go for a range play at the ballpark. And here it is. The game is over. Well, I didn't know that actually, but there's a range check. I forgot. But Ellsbury, who's anybody would have failed that one because it's a 6, but Ellsbury fails the range check. It's going to be a double. And the Chicago Cubs, well, technically they'd only win 4 to 3, but for some reason they credit it with 2 runs there. So that is it. So Math Rats win another. Let's take a look at their box score. So Zach Britton proves the 2-0, technically 1-0. But he may have gotten a victory if he would have been allowed to pitch another inning. And Joe Miller takes the loss. I'm going to save the stats. Let's take a look at the box score. So Fowler was 3 for 5. 83 seconds. Segura was hitless on the day. Did have a walk. Goldschmidt was 2 for 4. Also had a walk. Couple of stolen bases, so that's a nice little feature with Goldschmidt, as he can steal you a bag or two. He's got good speed for a power hitter. Good all-around player, defensively also. So I think he was my wild card pick. So the wild card actually went before the first baseman pick, so I picked him early on. Actually, it wasn't my first choice though. I think I had Freddie Freeman and other players, maybe one other above him, but I think he is going to be really helpful. I think he's going to be a key cog along with. I think our middle of the lineup is really good here. All right, with Goldschmidt, Martinez, and Braun. Victor Martinez did go hitless on the day. He didn't have such a great day. Ryan Braun, 1 for 5 with an RBI. Carpenter again 0 for 3. He hasn't done a heck of a lot so far. We may possibly start Reyes. I think we're definitely going to start him against the lefties because he hits the lefties really well. Maybe, I don't know though. We may. I don't know. Reyes isn't the greatest against righties, so I think we're gonna leave in Carpenter definitely against the righties, and we may start Carpenter against some lefties possibly. We'll see. I'm not sure about that still, but I'm tending to leaning towards starting Reyes against lefties and Carpenter against righties, and Carpenter and Reyes will probably stay at that position in the batting order. I'm not definitely sure. Though I think I might have had Leon bat a little hard. No, I don't know. I can't remember. But whatever I used in the other game, I think I'm going to go with it for against lefties. From what I had right now, unless I get the data really starts to go the other way. But again, this is only a small sample, but just trying to give me an idea of what kind of lineups to use and how to use my bench players and relief pitchers and all that good stuff. So Diaz was 2 for 4, double. Zach Kozak came in defensively and walked. Sandy Leon 1 for 3. RBI. Russell Martin knocked in the game winning. Technically, he should only have 1 RBI because only 1 run would have came in, and they would have won. We would have won. And Hunter Pence again 0 for 4. Not doing so great at the plate yet, but again, small sample size. So again, we struck out a 10, 11, 13 batters, so we're striking and didn't walk a lot. Yu Darvish had a few walks there, but none of our relievers walked anybody, so that's good. So yeah, Zach Britton came in and pitched well. So I think our bullpen is there. If we can get a lead, I think we'll be all right. Because our bullpen is pretty solid, I think. I'm really pleased with our bullpen. Starters are pretty good overall. They can be hit. You know, they're not aces by any means. Although Yu Darvish could be on certain days. They only let up 1 earned run there in 6 innings. And Rich Hill is really good too. Tehran, you know, is decent, but he can be hit, as we saw last game. And we'll have to try our other 2 starters, Estrada, and then Jeremy Hellickson. I don't know how often I'm going to use Jeremy Hellickson unless I have to use each pitcher like in rotation. If I have to use a 5-man, if I don't have to use a 5-man, I think I do have another starter. Do I have another one? Let's see. So let's see, who do I have that I haven't used yet? I've got Hellickson. I think that's it. I think I just have Hellickson and Estrada. Oh, I know, I have Gosman, that's right. So I'm not sure who I'm going to go with next in the next game. So it's going to be a battle. It's either going to be Estrada or Guzman. I think it's Gosman. I think it's Gosman. But I think I'm tending leaning towards Estrada because he seems to have better stats. So we'll compare them next time just to give you guys an idea. And you can let me know who you think should be the number 4 starter. It's definitely going to be Hill first. Well, either Hill or Darvish first. Probably Hill, then Darvish, then Tehran, and then either going to be Estrada or Guzman. Yeah, I don't think Hellickson's quite good enough. Although, I'll show you his stats too and see what you guys think. They're all Estrada, Guzman, and Hellickson. Well, Estrada and Guzman can both face 25 batters before they start to tire, with Estrada having a 10 to the right of the slash there, and Guzman having 11. And then Hellickson is just a 23 batters face, 23 rating, where he starts getting tired with a 10. So we'll have to see. I'll let you guys compare that though, but I'm leaning towards Estrada. I think they're all righties too. And Estrada lets off slightly less home runs. Yeah. And has the best ERA. Not that that's the biggest thing, but anyway. Let's check our pitching. Yeah, we did check our pitching staff. So we did pretty well against. Tanaka actually pitched a good game, so we didn't do that well against him. But we were able to get to the Yankee bullpen, which was good. With Betances, Chapman, we didn't do much off of. Well, actually, we did. We got a couple of hits off of him. He only pitched 1/3 of an inning, and we knocked him out of the game. And Miller we got to, so that's good. So I think we definitely we have the power to get through some high quality closers, and we have some good good relievers ourselves. So that's it. So thank you for joining me. This has been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, and we'll see you in the next Math Rats practice game. And I'm not sure who we're going to go against, but probably a National League team because I've already done 2 American and 1 National, so we'll try to pick another National League team. And possibly the Giants. Maybe I'll pick the Giants. Maybe we'll go up against Baumgartner. I don't think I have any Giants on the team. So if I do now, I'll go with the Giants. Why not? That would be a good matchup for us. You know, a good strong team. We did make the playoffs in 2016. So I think we are going to go up against. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go up against the. Oh, we do have Hunter Pence though. Maybe we won't. We do have one San Francisco guy. Who else could we go up against? Maybe the Mets. Do we have any Mets? I don't think we have any Mets. So we could go up against Noah Syndergaard. Yeah, we do. We have Reyes. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to take a look and see. But anyway, we could still possibly do the Giants. So thank you for joining me. This has been Eric from High Ground Gaming. God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.